The moment is here, you can stop your search. It's Comics by Perch.
Hey everybody, this is Perch. What do we got here? We want plates. All right, I'm going to read this mail. Hey there, Percheroo. I'm not as fond of that one. To my shame, I recently found myself browsing Reddit. Fair enough. I was looking at a funny and infuriating subreddit called We Want Plates with an exclamation mark. It's a bunch of pictures of meals people bought at restaurants, but the meals are served in the dumbest possible way and never on plates. You can see pictures of French fries served on dustpans and breakfast served on a bookshelf. How would that even work? All right. These frustrated Redditor are going to restaurants and paying for someone to make them a nice burger, and it arrives served in a shovel or some stupid thing. And as a result, they protest, "We want plates." It struck me as a perfect analogy for the current relationship between superhero comic publishers and their customers. Have a nice weekend. All right. I have never seen this Reddit. That sounds insane. Where do I even begin with this? I don't know what to do with this mail. To be honest. Thank you for mailing in. I will probably go look at that later. I mean, look. I don't know. Where do we go with this? Is it a theme restaurant? And they're like the theme is that they put the food on plates or shovels or whatever. I don't know. Could be. I think is it pictures of people at Arby's actually putting the food directly into the toilet or garbage can where it belongs instead of into your mouth? That makes sense. In which case, I would say good for them. All right. As an analogy for comics, I mean, this is not a popular opinion. I know it. And man, I wish I could make the videos I really want to make. And we're getting close. Like I said, we're winding it down. We're at 2 videos a day. We're about to go to 1 video a day. And I still have a handful of things I want to say. I like answering your mails, and I do like that. People have written in like, why are you answering some of these dumbass mails? I don't know, because I like it. I mean, it's fun. It gives me something to do on the drive home. I'm enjoying myself. It's fine. It's fine. This is fine. But I don't know what's going on in front of me, by the way. We're having like a car drag race insanity. Texas is batshit crazy for driving. That's all I'm saying. I think, look, I know this isn't a popular opinion, but fuck it anyway. The people who are you may not believe it, but the people who are working in comics, the editors, the writers, the artists, all these people, they don't wake up in the morning and think, how can I fuck the fans? They don't, that's not what they're doing. It may feel like that's what they're doing to you, but that isn't what they're doing. In general, the actual truth, and this is true with everything, most of these people are waking up in the morning and we're like, shit, I don't want to wake up. I would like to go back to bed for a few hours. And several of them get high and do just that. They'd go right back to bed. If you believe like Chris Conroy's Twitter feed, that's exactly what he does. He's like, and I'm going to eat another pizza and go back to sleep. Fuck this. Fuck the emails. By the way, this isn't me making it up. He writes this stuff freely in his feed. So, I mean, I'm taking you your word, dude. But in reality, like, it's popular. I mean, and I get that it's a funny image, or maybe not funny, maybe infuriating. I don't know. It's funny. You imagine like, it's Monday morning and into a darkened basement room, barely lit with like fire torches in the corners. In walks like, I don't know, Dan Didio and Vita Ayala and Mags and Tom King and like Scott Snyder's in there. And they're like, all right, how are we gonna fuck people today? Like, I'm gonna make Batman gay. No, I'm gonna make him double gay. What is double gay? Well, it's pronunciation DG, and it's coming to the LGBTQIA2S DG plus in the next, like, that's gonna really piss off those fucking fans. I think it's a funny image, I guess. To think of it, but of course that's not happening. That's not what's going on. That's not how people think. That's not what these people are doing. In most cases, people are coming in going, God damn it, I have to work this shitty job for, $35,000 a year. That's what a lot of people are thinking. I know from talking to editors, a lot of them are thinking like, God damn it, I'm doing 8 books. I don't give a shit about 4 of these books. And they're telling me I got to do another 4 books and I'm still making the same fucking pay. And, I just, I don't even know what I'm doing with my life. I got an art degree and I nobody will hire me. And I don't, stupid, the internet. I just want to write for movies. Like that's what's going on in a lot of people's heads. You don't have people who are out there going, I hate everything to do with the fans. They more or less are saying, I hate everything to do with my choices in life. Now, it takes a lot of good self-reflection to look yourself in the mirror and go, I did something wrong. If you're somebody like Mark Brooks, who I think he has a good car collection, there's a weird number of artists in comics who collect cars. And I always feel like that's a weird thing to do. I mean, nothing against cars, but my view is always like, why would you collect cars? I get a couple, like really unique cars if you find something very special. But I've met a couple artists like I've got a 2021 Lexus and I've got a 2022, Infiniti and a 2023, Jaguar. It's like, yeah, you only need one of those. You got a 1967 Chevy. Okay, now we're talking. You got to there's a weird amount of artists that collect like modern cars, and I'm like, I don't even know what you're doing there. I've got a Tesla and I've got a Porsche and I've got there's an artist I met. I won't mention the name, and I've got a Porsche Macan is what I drive around in, and this guy's also had a Porsche Macan. But mine was like a 2021 and his was a 2019. And then he was going to buy a 2023, but he was going to keep the 2019. So he had 2 models of Porsche Macan. And I don't even know what does that do for anything? Anyway, people make weird choices in comics, I guess is my point here. Look, but a lot of these guys in comics, and I don't know if this makes it better, guys, girls, non-binary thems, they're just out there kind of generally hating their life. If they make money, they're trying to spend it, but a lot of them don't know how to spend it. They make stupid decisions on what they buy. And they're just kind of clunking along day to day. And then they go online. They really kind of want to be celebrities, but they know they're not. But they kind of are. They go to a Comic-Con every couple months, and then everybody's like lines up to, he goes, man, you're an inspiration. You're one of the best artists in all the world. Oh, okay. And it's one reason why writers are crankier than artists, because people line up at Comic-Con, to get autographs for comics as an artist, but very few people line up for the writers. It happens, but generally it's a much lower bar for the artist to get a crowd than the writers. And then the editors forget about it. Like who's like, oh, let's Alana Smith. Like if Alana Smith put a table out and then like she sat behind that table, like nobody's coming up to that table. Oh, I gotta have your autograph. No one's doing that. And so the best you got is like every now and then maybe get on a panel, and then you're like, I work for Marvel. That's like kind of the only thing you really have to get attention. And so a lot of these people are miserable is the answer. They're just unhappy. And, and yet, and then they have to go online and see a bunch of people going, fuck you for what you're doing with Spider-Man. And how dare you like Nightwing? I want more ass. We need more ass out of Nightwing. Like, no, it sucks, Hey, Tom Taylor, fuck you for making John Kent gay or bisexual, whatever the fuck he is. This is what, I mean, just a bunch of nonsense. A lot of this stuff is nonsense. You're an unhappy person and you're writing work to collect a check. And even writers that are making, $1,000 a page. There's not many writers making that now, but there's a couple. Many writers are, they're spiraling down to $45 a page. There's a guy who just got a deal with Marvel, and he's like, I took $42 a page at Marvel. No shit. And it's like, that's not enough money. That's not, you're not being paid enough at that rate. So of course you're unhappy. You're kind of doing what you like because you like these iconic characters and you're doing things that appear everywhere, but you're not getting paid anything. And you're not happy in life. And Or maybe you made a bunch of money and now you're collecting modern cars for some dumb fucking reason. And that's kind of where you're at. And then you go online and people like, you're plotting to destroy fan dreams. And then you're like, you don't even know what to do with that. I mean, the reality is you're trying to get somebody to buy your Starbucks because you're not sure if you could afford that second cup today. Like that's, do you see the disconnect going on in people's lives there? That's where stuff's at. And then you get you log in and you see like Mark Miller and he's like, I'm having the time of my life drawing comics and I've got this next big Netflix deal and I'm making shitloads of money. And you're like, I'm making $42 a page. This is the world of comics. Everything I just said, by the way, is like that. We want plates. It's like it's a fucked up situation where you're getting food served on some crazy ass thing that has nothing to do with how food should be served. And you got people, and everybody is just confused and unhappy in this scenario. And the part that makes the cognitive dissonance even more is that you're there reading, Spider-Man or Superman. Superman's flying onto the page like, we can all do better in life if we just believe in each other. And, by the way, there's a handful of writers, not a handful, there's several writers out there who believe in this, who are like, it's super fucking fun to write Superman. Yeah, I'm making $100 a page, $125 a page, whatever it happens to be, but I'm writing Superman, and that kick ass. I'm writing Superman. I'm really excited about that. I've got like a Ted Lasso type spirit. I'm having a good time. And then meanwhile your peers are over there going, well, I guess I get to write the Daughter of Blade, and maybe if people buy the Daughter of Blade, then I'll get a they'll do a sequel. Or maybe I'll guilt them into doing a sequel because I'll say that this place is racist and they'll give me a sequel. Like, ugh. All of that is crap. Like, that entire environment's just got to be terrible. And so you're writing about superheroes, you're writing about inspirational things, and you have this other dynamic going on. That's the world of comics. It's quite depressing, actually, if you think about it in a lot of ways. That's where things are at. So, that's my TED Talk. I hope you're all having a good time. I don't know what the point is that I guess I'm going to go look at that Reddit. We want plates. Maybe it's a good analogy for the comic industry. We'll see. But overall, my view of the comic industry right now is it's just a comedy of errors of a lot of people who are doing things. They're trying to fake it till you make it. Many people are unhappy. A lot of people are crowdfunding or unhappy. I talked to somebody who's got a crowdfunded book. Who's doing okay. Like he's passed his goal. No, it's not somebody I've interviewed, just to remove the speculation. And so I mean, he's profiting, but he's not happy. He doesn't feel like he's making enough money. He thinks the entire thing is a scam. He's like, the only way to beg more money is to become a complete clown online and sell on outrage and clicks and goofy shit, and then maybe I can scrape together an extra $20,000-$30,000 at the cost of my dignity. But I don't know, why not? I don't know. I love comic books, but man, it's a tough road, right? It's like a good Texas road, meaning filled with potholes and people who can't fix the fucking road. Thanks for listening.